Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So we finally can complete the 10th anniversary celebration quest. This quest you're going to have to be required to complete every day an anniversary daily quest and the Protector's Speech skirmish. That's the event queue right here. We have another 3 days left and you need to basically complete each of those 2 tasks 5 times and then you can finally hand in that quest to obtain your reward of a legendary companion, Elminster Simulacrum. Completing it, we can see we obtain the companion in our inventory. And what's unique is this companion is unbound. We're able to go and sell it if we so desired. There we go. People are already doing so. Somebody's selling it for 3.3 million. But don't get caught out on that. You can get your own one just by playing the game. After this event, yes, it will expire. Now, we need to see, are you able to obtain this companion multiple times? We need to check out how effective he is in combat as a striker, and also his bonus, which gives us the Elminster Chain Lightning. So we're going to go accept this skirmish and we're going to run through this real quick. The Protector's Speech, and we get this done on a second character. We beat up some trolls, then beat up the boss. Pray that we don't get the forges. And of course we got them. Finally, completed. Now with that, we need to complete a daily quest. We'll do Bringing Cheer. There we go. And now we should be finally able to complete the anniversary quest on this character. Again, you got to do that every day for 5 days. And then you should be able to get the companion. Can we get it multiple times? Handing in the quest? We can indeed. You can get this companion across multiple characters. That is very good. That means, yeah, people with 50 characters can get 50 of these. And they may very well go up in price after this event. For anybody who's not been here, we can try to sell this guy for 1 million Astro Diamonds. Let's bring down the price. Let's go. But regardless of that, we need to test him. See how effective he is. Is he any good? Now you will only need him once on your account because, yeah, we can equip him. And yeah, this is the weekly quest. The legacy campaign's getting reset with module 25. We're now on the previous server, module 26, sorry. And once you go and equip him on one of your characters, you can see we can summon him here. Then you should be able to go to your claims valuable and promo, and down the bottom you should be able to claim him there on all of your characters. So you only realistically need one of him. So I'm not sure the price on him and how well it's gonna go, but if we're gonna go check this companion on my companion testing character, I can claim him here, equip him, summon him, and then get him upgraded to mythic. There we go. Ta-da! And the bonus he's going to provide us is his lightning chain ability, or chain lightning ability. Now he is supposed to be a mixed companion where you can do damage against multiple targets and also one target. So first of all, we'll check his single target DPS, and since we have the equip power here, we should be able to activate the chain lightning effect when attacking perhaps this guy. We can indeed. You can see that dummy over there gets frequently hit by my lightning effect. That's pretty cool. Basically what that means is that you can use this ability on a tank to draw AoE threat. When you're attacking an enemy, you'll arc off bullets which will hit nearby enemies, and because you're a tank, just hitting them a little bit may activate them and cause them to come to you rather than, let's say, going to your healer. And as a damage dealer, you'll use it to get more damage because you'll be able to use a power which is maybe just single target or smaller area and still have a chance to hit enemies further away, since again that distance is pretty significant, like from there to there. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're getting the lightning bolts, and we look in our outgoing damage, we have Elminster Chain Lightning and then the lightning arc ability. I believe the Elminster Chain Lightning is the companion itself, so I'm going to have to record this log with without me attacking. So we just clear this encounter and merge all the pet data. And we can see he's hitting for a Cone of Cold, Firebolt, Lightning Strikes, Lightning Arc. That Lightning Arc, as soon as this guy's dead, won't deal any damage because there won't be multiple enemies nearby. So we'll just reset this again to get his single target damage. He's got a hit that can hit for over 100,000, 140,000 now. Cone of Cold, it should be a cone attack, AoE. His Firebolt strikes a target foe, dealing damage and causing the target to burn over time. So that must be his single target power. But his DPS ain't looking too great on a boss. Oh, and it looks like my one sold for 1 million. Well, that's cool. So we'll take that, about 25,000 encounter DPS for single target damage. So that's him at 75th spot for single target damage. Not too great compared to the top. Now for AoE damage, he's actually pretty good. You'll have to excuse my one hit of Valorous Strike and Poison Thorn. But excluding that, you can see his DPS is still over 29,000. Killing those guys in just over 1 minute. And so he ends up in 3rd position, but he's still quite behind like Regis and the Shadowkai Witch. And we'll have to actually test him against some enemies out in adventure zones. Like, does he use his AoE ability right from the start? We can check that by eye here against these enemies, attacking them. He goes and immediately does, yeah, it just seems to be like a Firebolt attack there. And now, yeah, another Firebolt attack. And then he charges up his Cone of Cold and blasts them all. He takes a bit of time. I wouldn't say he's that great. His DPS against multiple enemies, yeah, pretty decent. That's effectively damage over time. But you want one that's going to hit big early. And it won't exactly show you that here other than looking at like the max AoE hit and checking out how soon they do their big attack. So the last thing to check is that ability, that arcing with the chain lightning effect. And I'm going to do so in the new zone on my rogue. We just get him upgraded. And now we look at our companion page. Here, instead of the Batiri, I would put Elminster, the chain lightning. And then instead of bigger they are, I probably just stick the Spider just for some stats. And then since I'm solo, I could have the Wild Hunt Rider here instead and not worry about buff food. Because to be honest, you're not going to want to be spending expensive buff food out in the zone. So these groups of enemies, I can beat up pretty quickly. So for this, we're only going to use like Path of Blades and see, can it multi-proc with Path of Blades? Does it have a chance on every hit or only on your initial hit? Going to this group, we maybe use our Blade Flurry there twice. And now we can quickly go check the logs. Have a look at our damage and see Elminster's Chain Lightning. Not doing so great there. We got 1 hit off in all of those 166 hits for the rest of the damage that I did. His chance to activate is only 10%, so I'm not sure how effective that will be unless you're really hitting a lot. Like, I'm supposed to be hitting a lot, right? Path of Blades right there. Having a look again. Chain Lightning. It only hit twice. So I'm not sure about this. It seems a bit bugged. It's supposed to be just a 10% chance you have lightning strike your target when you attack. There again, lightning arc only hit twice. It was on 2 different guys, arc between them. Yeah, I'm not too convinced about this. Can just maybe only use some duelist flurries here, because I'm thinking that me using the Path of Blades there was not working. It wasn't considering the dot effect from Path of Blades as another attack. So checking here again, and we can see lightning arc. Yes, it hit a lot more times there because it has a lot more chances to activate when you're actually attacking. So leads me to believe it's not going to activate on dots. It's only going to activate on actual player powers that you click. So it's only going to have a chance to activate on the first hit of Path of Blades, on the first hit of Smoke Bomb, and the first hit of Blade Flurry, which is not a dodge, whatever. But on like Duelist Flurry, every single hit is considered like another player attack, so it can have a chance to proc at each of those. So more testing is going to have to be done, but for now it doesn't look like such a big deal. I don't see this companion as going to be a requirement for anything. Is it going to be best in slot? potentially for AoE, because there's not a lot of other options. Like, the only good damage companion for AoE is like your Neverwinter Knight. Your Minsk is not good for AoE. Batiri's useless in AoE. And otherwise, an AoE build is not that important. Again, who knows with the new dungeon? I have not stepped foot in there. The new dungeon may very well have some hardcore AoE checks, and then it might be useful if you're being swarmed by like 50 ads or something. But we'll have to see. And that's about it. Again, you can get this Elminster companion on all of your characters, and you can do like the other guys and sell it. It's dropping in price by a lot. I do not recommend buying one. I don't know why you would. You can just make progress on that quest and get it yourself. Again, I can switch to another character where I picked up the quest, and I can get it on this character. And you don't have to have had made any progress yet. You can make the progress now up until the event is over. You're just going to have to complete these tasks 5 times. 5 of those daily quests in between doing your protector speech. So 1 daily quest, 1 protector speech, 1 daily quest, 1 protector speech, 5 times, and you get the companion. You can see that the text here. You can complete all 5 days at the last day of the event if you wanted to. And in between that, you should be able to complete it just so long as the resets have gone by. By now, you should be able to complete it 5 times, completing the quest, obtaining it. That is it. Companion otherwise is not really too great. Okay-ish in AoE. And his bonus is also okay-ish. Nothing groundbreaking, to be honest. Before we conclude, we can do another quick test here, just using some Duelist Flurry on this boss here, and we can see we get some of those chain lightning effects just there. Strikes one of the dummies standing there and deals some damage. We go over here, potentially we can maybe get a proc which deals combat advantage damage. We get some procs on the boss who are scorpions attacking. We should be able to get some combat advantage on that. But let's have a look in the logs here. Elminster's chain lightning. Yeah, it deals like no damage for every hit and then does a damage. It doesn't seem to be able to critically hit and doesn't seem to be able to benefit from any combat advantage damage. So unless they fix that, this companion bonus is very underwhelming. Many of my abilities are going to do far more damage than it. So not a companion right now I recommend as necessary for any build. Increase the trigger chance to up to like 50% and increase the magnitude a bit. Make sure it can crit and deal combat advantage damage. And we're looking good. But until then, yeah, very underwhelming. Special thank you to all these channel members for their added support. And we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.